Hello everyone, it's Dreamseer444 and I want to welcome you guys to my channel. I'm going to do something a little bit different with this video. I want to take this time to hype up my collective, okay? I know sometimes we don't get the pat on the back that we deserve. You don't get it, and maybe you haven't even really stopped to give yourself a pat on the back for everything that you've accomplished. What I heard this morning was you don't give yourself enough credit. You don't give yourself enough credit for the things that you have overcome, the things that happen to you in your life that you have fought like hell to get through, to overcome, to build something out of nothing is what I heard. You took something and you made something out of nothing. For some of you, there was no blueprint. There was no one to pattern your life after. There was no example set. You had to figure it all out on your own. And I could definitely resonate with that. Having no one to really be that mother figure, father figure, or just an example that you care to pattern your life after, and you having to learn as you go, whether it's being a parent. Maybe some of you had to educate yourself on some things because life didn't give you the opportunity to learn them, another way. Give yourself credit for how much you have actually done in this life. Okay, so this is a hype me up message, and while we're talking about that, hit that hype button on YouTube if you're watching on there. Hit that hype button and hype up this video if this is something that you like. I'm gonna pull from the Sassy Vibes deck, and like I said, this is all about hyping you up today and encouraging you. It says, I trust that hidden things will be revealed to me only as my higher power sees fit for me to know. I feel like as you go on throughout life, you're understanding that if something is meant for you to know, that God will reveal it to you. If something is meant for you to have, you'll get it. I feel like you're no longer concerning yourself with the things that, are hidden. You know that what's done in the dark is going to come to light. You know that if someone is keeping anything from you and it's for you, you're going to get it. There's nothing that no one can do. Like I said, you've come too far. And for some of you, at one point, you might not have been this patient, or you may not have even been this tapped into understanding how this thing works. But now that you are on the other side and you've been enlightened, you realize that you attract, you don't chase information, you attract. And what you do by just staying focused on what you have going on, staying focused on your goals, your purpose in life, your finances, your children, whatever it is, other than trying to figure out some things that you don't have the answers to, you're going to attract the answers. That's why sometimes when you're not looking for something anymore, it shows up because it's divine timing for you to know what happened. Maybe if you would have known sooner, you wouldn't be in the right mindset to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But God knows when it's the right timing for you to know something. So there could be some things that are coming out. There are some things being revealed to you as you grow. That's what it feels like. As you grow, as you elevate, as you shift from one mindset to another, more things are being revealed to you. And for some of you, this has something to do with your spiritual gifts. Can I get confirmation? It has something to do with your spiritual gift. It has something to do with you. At one point, you may have wanted to retaliate or get someone back. It says, I don't need to retaliate. The universe serves the best karma. See, this is growth. This is you realizing that whatever's been hidden from you, it is because your higher power sees fit for you to not know these things right now. And then there is this shift that you don't need to retaliate because the universe serves the best karma. I feel like I'm talking to someone who in the past would have shut everything down once they found out what was going on, But you handle things in a manner. Give yourself credit for that. I keep hearing it. Give yourself credit for shifting your thinking pattern, for outgrowing situations, for not doing things the way you used to do it. Because some of the things that you used to do could have landed you in jail. Okay? I choose to listen to my intuition to guide me to where I should be. Exactly. You're following your intuition now. You're not letting your emotions lead you anymore. And because of that, you're reaping the reward of being obedient. You're reaping the reward of being on this side where you're not forcing answers. You're not forcing anything to be that doesn't fit your life. You're more open to letting things go than actually letting it in. Like, if you want to go, go. Because you're following your intuition to guide you. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I'm not ready for the tarot. Okay. What's this card I want to flip over? Many of you have new streams of income coming in. So your finances are strong, or they will be strong very soon. You have different streams of income coming in. I feel like a part of your elevation involves your finances. So you're going to see a change in your finances as you've elevated, outgrown some things, trust your intuition more. So yeah. So even if you're not hyping your own self up at this time, I feel like God is hyping you up and showing you that you're seen, you're noticed, and your work, your efforts that you've put in to be the best version of yourself, they are not overlooked, and you're going to receive the reward. Let's see, what's the collective energy here at this time? What you have going on at this time? Friend popped out. Okay, so some of you could be making new friends, or there's something about a friend. Security. Some of you are moving. You're having to pay a security deposit for something. Okay, maybe, yeah, this is, but this is about self-care. This is you about pouring into yourself, depositing into yourself. So I feel like you could have some friends that want your help, want your time and your attention. But it seems to me with this here that you're giving yourself at this time. True security comes from having a reserve of time, space, energy, personal power, and love. Make deposits in all of these accounts and you'll be a wealthy person indeed. See, something about your finances being attached to this major change. You learning how to love yourself, letting the universe handle what you can't, and you pouring into yourself and focusing on those things about within. And it's causing not only for you to have a financial increase, but you're experiencing another level of growth. You're experiencing some type of elevation. Look at these multiple, what is this? Choices. Yeah, your options are opening up. For some of you, these are multiple, like, financial opportunities, like I said, different streams. And for some, it's like different opportunities opening up for you. It's like you have choices on where you want to work, where you want to live, who you want to be with. Some of you may have up to 8 financial streams of income coming in. I receive that. I claim that. But something about your choices opening up. It says, worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. Yeah, so I feel like you have multiple choices coming, but if something doesn't go, no, I feel like you're gonna be dealt the right deal here. Something here. Just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for these open doors. Okay? These doors are going to open up. It's about you being prepared to walk through those doors. Okay? You do have some choices that you need to make, but I feel like, you know, whatever you go with, just be prepared for whatever the results are, okay? Yeah, so with you being in this new mindset of worrying less about the outcome, because I feel like you're not attaching yourself to things anymore. Not like you used to. People, places, and things. Because you're understanding that everything has a time and a season. Instead, you're standing out here at this point. Look at these, all these people are going this way and you're facing in a whole different direction. You're choosing to kick against the grain. You're choosing, or some of you would much rather go in an opposite direction from what most people would traditionally go. So you're kind of an outside of the box type of person. I feel like where you are different is that you going in the direction of truth, where there could be people who are going after fake images, after lies, after what looks good. I feel like you're seeking a deeper meaning behind things, that certain things that you value may not be what other people really value. It makes you different. It makes you stand out. It makes you different. Yeah, truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Reserve judgment. Yeah, something about you being like a truth seeker, truth teller, or someone who kicks against the grain. You are outside of the box because your values and the things that you seek after are not usually what other people desire or want. So you're going in a totally different direction. This is about authenticity here. Live life for you, not the audience in your head. Yeah, I feel like this is you. You're like standing out because you do your own thing. You're very authentic. And being in this authentic energy is going to bring you lots of security within, and financial security, and it's going to open up more options for you. So be proud that you're different. Maybe at some point you were questioning yourself, or maybe feeling like you didn't want to be this person that's outside of the norm, but it's working for you. Something that you're doing is working for you. The way you're doing it is working for you, or it is going to work for you. And you'll be able to look back and say, you know what, I'm glad I did it my way. Yeah, I'm hearing this song. Isn't that an old song? I Did It My Way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hearing this an old song, My Way. And then Usher cut in and said she likes it my way. So somebody is going to like it your way. Maybe other people had a problem with how you did it, but there are some people that are coming in. Lots of people that are going to like it your way. You're going to stand out. And you could be the leader of the pack here, because she's got her back turned. Let me see if you guys can see it. She's got her back turned. Everyone is going a totally different way. And she's standing there in the middle. And it's giving the energy of, you know, I show people the way, but why am I hearing this? Like, so you could be someone who shows people the way, but you don't stick around. Like, okay, you could be someone, what do you call that? I don't know what you call that. You're like a leader. You lead people in a certain direction, and then you kind of move on. Why am I getting that? Yeah, this high priestess energy here. Judgment, Three of Swords. Yeah, like I'm saying, like this separation. It's kind of like maybe because you're a person that likes to, or you're guided to go along with this high priestess energy with the Queen of Cups. So you could be someone who you call judgment on situations, and then you're guided somewhere else. Like you follow your intuition. And once a job is done, once judgment is made in a situation, I don't know, there's like a separation. What is this pertaining to? It has something to do with your intuition, your gifts. For some of you, you're just psychic, intuitive, or something like that. And you're realizing that people are in your life for a season, and there's an assignment that you have to do with these people, and you've learned how to detach because you understand that these people, you were not meant to stay. Can I get some clarification on what this is about? Because this is something totally different. This is about someone who's recognizing their purpose, and it's not to fit in. It's not to fit in, stick around in certain cases. This can be sad at times. We're feeling lonely and isolated. So some of you are like true empaths, true psychics, true healers, or something like that. Can I get some more on this situation? The Temperance, yeah. I'm talking about a healing, like earth angel energy. Hold on, guys. I smell something like... Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. It was like I was smelling something like burning or on fire, and it was nothing. I walked the whole house, checked cords, checked the kitchen. I don't know what that was. So maybe somebody needs to check their, before you go to bed, check your appliances, make sure that everything is off, or there's a fire, outside of someone, area or something like that. I definitely was smelling something like, I had to get up and like, let me just make sure that something isn't on. Anyway, I'm talking to someone who is a healer, someone who is brought into people's life to bring balance, someone who's very patient, who's learned how to be patient. So for some of you, you have to give yourself credit. You need to give yourself credit because at a time, you didn't fit this. For some of you, you may not have had the patience to deal with people. You could, yeah, look, the Four of Cups, you could have been very detached from people. You're like, you didn't want to be bothered. And some of you feel like that now. You really are someone who don't like to be occupied with things that make no sense or people that make no sense. But then you realize that these people were sent into your life for you to, I'm hearing, to be without excuse. Yeah, some of these people are in like toxic situations or karmic situations, energy that they need to get out of habits. A lot of you could deal with codependency, especially if you had abandonment issues that you've had to heal from. So you could have a lot of people with codependency issues, people that are bound in situations. Maybe you're someone like an abuse counselor, drug abuse counselor, or something like that, or you're interested in being a part of something like that where you help people to heal. Like I said, this message is all about you giving yourself credit for where you've come from, because some people didn't make it out. If you're someone who's recovering from addictions, or even if it's not drug, alcohol addiction, you could have been someone who was bound by codependency, where you felt like you couldn't be alone, or you were dealing with toxic relationships because of things that you had going on as a child, but you've overcome those situations, and now you're in the position where you're able to help other people, show other people how to come out of it, how to separate themselves. Yeah. For some of you, this is some type of new idea that you're considering here. You have an idea that can help other people, that's going to encourage other people. You should go for it. It's going to be very emotionally fulfilling for you, and it's going to be healing for other people. So go for that goal, okay? So yeah, this is about you today. This is about your happiness. This is about things in your life that are opening up for you. This is about you being honest with yourself about what makes you happy, being optimistic towards the future, because something positive is coming in. And it's also about you expressing yourself through creative arts. It could be through music, it could be through tarot, it could be through any way that you work. I don't care if you're a mechanic, you express yourself in your gifts and your talents, your ability. You could be the best damn mechanic, and trust me, people are always looking for a good mechanic, but you know your stuff. You know by just cranking the car up what the problem is. You ain't even got to put it on a machine. You just know. You just got an intuitive gift to know that something was wrong with it. Or you could do something else, and it's just like your intuition kicks in. It's during their supernatural, Give yourself credit. Where other people might have doubted you, look at the Five of Pentacles. You could have had some struggles. You could have felt left out from other people. Maybe you felt like you didn't fit in. Maybe some of you have lost some opportunities because of you being different. But it doesn't compare to what you're going to get here. It does not compare. So I'm going to leave this message here. Yeah, look at this Empress coming out here with the Knight of Wands. Something's coming in rather quickly for you. I feel like for some of you, you're being looked at as a rebel, but you're a free-spirited person. You could be very spiritual, and you're very confident, or you should be confident in yourself. Be confident in your gifts. Be confident in your talents and your ability. Okay? Because in this Empress energy, there is no lack here. There is no lack. This is someone who's creative. This is someone who has everything around them that they need. And it comes from being confident in your abilities. Something that you do here. All right? Be confident in yourself. And I'm here for you. If you guys need me, email me. And you know, it doesn't cost to shoot me an email. You know, talk to me. I love to email you guys back. My email will be in the description. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website. That is the only way to book readings with me, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. Go have you a latte, a margarita, a Long Island, or whatever it is that you do to unwind. Go have you one today. Give yourself credit for all the wonderful things that you're doing to contribute to this earth, okay? If they don't see you, I see you, and somebody else sees you too. All right? Have a great day. I'll see you guys later.